Hello. Hello. Yeah. Hello. I am Seref, co-founder of Index.Network, and we are building a composable discovery protocol for the new web. So there are two parts I mentioned. One of them is composable discovery, and the other one is new web. So let me start by what is new. So the first thing in information discovery, there are two paradigms. There are two main aspects of information discovery. The first one is the data, the other is the algorithm. So on the data part, we have now the breakthrough is Web3. We can now connect our information without an intermediary. So like that paradigm hasn't changed for the last 20 years. So on the algorithm part, computers can now connect our information with human language. So that's also another paradigm hasn't changed. Like it's super new. But based on the old paradigm, we created industries, we created companies, we created ecosystem, but it's about to change because like the basics are changed, the foundations are changed. All right, so what will be the feature of information discovery with these new inventions? Like how it's going to be like? All right, let's continue recapping. So on the first web, what we did, we connected computers. On the second one, we bring people in the end. So it was a social paradigm, right? We all know that. So on the last one, like right now, what we are doing, we are making abstractions. It's a huge abstraction paradigm. So obviously we started money, most common and popular abstraction. Then we continued with identity, what we are progressing. Now we have like one project is doing intuition, the other one is doing conscious, subconscious, intent, reputation, trust. These are all the abstractions we have. And this is great, like semantic web, after 30 years, it's about happening, and it started with these primitives. These are all contextual elements that we should start defining, we should start using in order to have a semantic web as a dream. Okay, now we have this abstraction, so semantic web is coming, but what will be the information discovery experience of this new web, this abstracted way, right? What is the search engine of this new environment? So yeah, that's what we do. We are building a protocol for discovery. So we accept the data will be fragmented. We accept we need different databases, different data sources. But maybe for discovery, we don't have to have a fragmented environment. Because when you decentralize things, it's getting hard to discover, right? It's an old paradigm. So instead of this, we are building a protocol for discovery to have an interconnected, fluid information ecosystem and in an autonomous way to finally have a personalized information discovery experience. So how it's going to be like what you see right now as a glimpse of a like imaginary conversation. So imagine there are real identities from real knowledge graph linked responses based on your verifiable data. Maybe your curiosity might be a claim, and it works in real time. And one agent or network of agents just competes for you to get you more relevant answers in real time. That's the future of fluid information discovery experience. That's how it's going to work. And like what we are building in order to enable that interconnected environment. So we are building three parts. The first one is decentralized semantic index. It's like I'm super happy to shout this phrase and like right here, like decentralized semantic index. I'm super happy. Yeah. So decentralized semantic index is technically is an AI database, but if you store vector embeddings of this information on a decentralized knowledge graph, which we are using ComposeDB, which is like great product in the market. So you are not just creating a decentralized AI database, you are creating a new discovery layer for the new web. So imagine like we are putting these semantic relationships in a numerical form on the top of this knowledge graph, on the same graph, but on the bottom of it we have composable data. So that's how we enable semantic interpretability than the other like structural interpretability. So we do decentralized semantic index, and also it supports storing generative information on the same graph. Like in this morning, we will be listening synthetic data. So it's also storing generative information on the same graph also provides a use case for producing and reutilizing synthetic data. So composable data, synthetic data, vector embeddings on the same graph, queryable for you. So on the top of it, we provide a querying layer. That querying layer allows us to query multiple data sources together, but also, like so far I only mentioned about the data part, the indexing part. So, all right, we deconstructed indexes, we have network of indexes now, but how about the algorithms? What is the feature of algorithm experience? So, like we should find a way to use these algorithms together. Like when you just pick one algorithm, you're just picking a model of understanding. But it's not a conversation. We should find like them to use together. So we created an event-based agent structure. So agents will be listening new data based on your context, based on your understanding. Imagine an algorithm, an agent will be able to trigger. You say, all right, trigger this agent if something new happens about quantum computing, like Apache Kafka, but instead of topics, you are now subscribing to context. So it will create a more relevant, more flexible information discovery environment in a reactive way. And that also provides a coordination mechanism and communication mechanism for agents. So yeah, that's all so far. And yeah, I'd like to show you how it works in real life, like how the composability works, and like explain the basics of it. So imagine there are multiple indexes. For example, Ceramic Network index their documentation. We crawl the data stored as an index, but Ceramic also dependent to IPFS, right? So IPFS also index their documentation. IPFS also has an index. So Ceramic can embed these indexes along with theirs. So that's how you see like one example for composability. And these examples can be also like, there are further examples. So some final use cases. So indexes are also collaborative. You can say thanks to lit protocol integration. You can say these NFT owners can index together. These wallets can index together. So multiplayer creation of these indexes, like what do we have as a final product? Imagine as a community index or maybe a DAO index. That kind of context wasn't possible before. And composability of these indexes also enables company to community coordination, or individual to community coordination, or maybe private data to public data coordination. So if we can remove the boundaries of these interconnected relationships, that's how we enable truly open internet. Because it's not about the open data always. It's about freely flowing contextual information. So we should get rid of the boundaries of context. So we promote composability to enable that. That was all, and thank you for listening. Thanks so much.